This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live. And today's date is November 7th, 2017. And normally I try to do these Great Legend show slash haul videos slash, talk whatever I want to talk about videos, usually every couple of weeks on a Monday or Tuesday. And I'm glad y'all are here with me tonight. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. Over here, that's where it's at. We first got to say, what is up, Colton Atkins, man? He says, Rob, my dude. We got David from Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars podcast. If you're a Star Wars fan and you like to listen and watch some high-value stuff, some great production quality, man's got him a new computer, all the bells and whistles, check out Beyond the Blast Doors, Star Wars podcast. You'll be glad you did. And he's not just Star Wars, he's into other comic books too. We got my brother, Brandon, a.k.a. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's Aim High Comics, man. Me and Aim High been doing some work. We got my other brother, Russ, is in the house. Who dat? Comics and movies. We got Rod in the house. It's legend time. And I want you to know, in 11 minutes, I set my DVR, ESPN HD. If you want to see this, you can watch me on the rewind. Go see the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, on ESPN's 30 for 30. That's going to be great. And I know Rod's a huge Ric Flair fan. Woo! We got another Ric Flair fan. Comically Flawed, Downtown Adam Brown. Why do I recognize the music? Is that from a Western? I can't place it. It's just some generic Western music. Colton Atkins wants to let everyone know that the Lone Wolf just announced a contest. So definitely go check out Lone Wolf. Go check him out. Make sure you do his contest, man. I have some good prizes. We got the Prince from New Zealand, a.k.a. Uncanny Kyle Walker. It's always good to see Kyle. We got Ray D. What's up, Ray? It's good to see Ray D, man. Tats Comics, brother of A.G. Suffa. Tat, one of the best dudes in the community, a damn good artist, too. Dr. Silver H, he gives it to it. Woo! Aim High's in the house. Uncanny Kyle Walker shouting out everyone. We got Stephen Higgins, master of the universe when it comes to subscription unboxings. And my God, if you look behind him, the backdrop, you know how the Great Wall of China, that's one of the seven wonders of the world. Eighth wonder, of course, being Andre the Giant, ninth being China. But I mean, we may have to go 10th. Stephen Higgins may have the 10th wonder of the world, and that's that big-ass wall of Funkos right behind him. Rag 718. What is up, Rag? It's good to see Rag 718 in the chat tonight. Everyone's chatting. We have a legend in the house tonight. I can't believe he's up this late watching some legend show. I'm talking about Hans, a.k.a. Captain Strangelove, who recently did a video, and I haven't checked out the video yet. I got to get alone. I got to either listen. I usually listen to Hans, and I'll listen to him in the car, and I kind of have to briefly look down and look up because I don't want to wreck into anything. Because he shows some sweet-ass stuff. And he's a big fan of IDW's, I want to say it's Haunted Horror. It's by IDW's imprint, or Yo Books. It's an imprint of IDW. They do this Haunted Horror, really thick book that puts together a lot of the old horror stories. And I got some of those myself, but I saw Hans showing one of those in his preview pick. So Hans, Captain Strangelove, man, if y'all ain't subbed to that guy, where are y'all? Where have you been hiding all your lives? And Aim High Comics gives a woo. Colton Atkins, what's up, Tat? Giving a man a thumbs up. That's amen, brother. Give me a thumbs up. Well, we're going to, and Jams Gameplays. What is up, Jams? So we're going to go ahead and get started because I got this new game on Xbox One called Call of Duty World War II. And big shout out to my brother Russ, who dat, Brian, Spaceboy227, Rebel Comics, and Gaming. We've had Aim High Comics, Alex the Comic Corner, Huey's Comics, and even Alfred 83 Comics, man. We've had all these guys playing this World War II game. I've been getting my ass handed to me by the Germans, man. They've been gunning me down. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, those Haunted Horror reprints. I got about maybe the first 11 and then kind of sporadically, but they are pretty damn good. And we also got Lord Tatman and Tats Comics together in the same chat. Well, I want to start out by showing, just going over some old school history. I love this stuff. When I got back into comic book collecting, of course, I was watching the likes of Captain Cummings and Captain Strangelove, two awesome captains. And, I had a lot of comics, and I was like, watching these videos because I was thinking about getting back into collecting because I hadn't, I was junior high collecting in the 90s, collected all the way up to about 2002, 2003. Quit collecting, pretty much cold turkey as far as I've always collected stuff. I may have had action figures, video games, stuff like that. Laurel and Hardy stuff, Three Stooges stuff, anything like that. But back into the actual comics, I started around the New 52. And one of the first ones that I really got into, and I don't know, this may have been the issue, but I really think it was this one here. See, I show this one here because I remember that one. But I also bought this one as well, and I took it to the fan days, 2013 maybe, and I got Palmiotti to sign it. 2013. It says a little 13 there. Jimmy Palmiotti, and Palmiotti did a sketch. A lot of you may not know this, but Palmiotti used to be an inker. So, what else is really funny is Palmiotti. There's this classic Kevin Smith movie called it's Chasing Amy. Because the guy in there is an inker, or I guess Jason Lee, maybe is his name, the dude that played My Name Is Earl, and he also played in Almost Famous. But anyway, he was an inker. But anyway, there was some Palmiotti in that movie, and that was so funny to see Palmiotti. It was like a little con in the movie because it's kind of comic book style stuff. But anyways, I got Palmiotti to sign that. Love that cover, and kind of got me into reading Jonah Hex because I'd known about Jonah Hex through watching Batman Animated when Batman, did some time travel stuff, but started reading this stuff. Love this series. I'm not done reading it yet because in 2014, 2015, I kind of quit reading my comics, but I kept getting in them anyway. But I've gotten pretty freaking far, and I'm almost done reading this series. I think I'm on the late issues 20, and it went to 34 issues on that one. And, of course, when they did after that year or whatnot, they did, November 2012, the anniversary, 2012 November, they did the Zero issues, which were kind of like a lot of these were origin stories. So I had to get that. Love that cover, and I had old Palmiotti sign that one as well. J. Palmiotti there. So I wanted to show you all those because what it did, it kind of spurred my interest into these books. And I know I think Dr. Silver Age, Rod, and I know Captain Strangelove probably has some of these as well. And Comically Flawed says, loves those Western comics. Dude, me too. I didn't care for him much until New 52. Luther Manning, what is up, Luther Manning? Jonah Hex is great. Yep, we got an awesome tattoo together. Lord Tatman. Oh, yeah. Rod, how are you doing, buddy? So it's really cool to see some of the guys. And I look up to all of you guys in different ways. But what I really love in the comic book community for me, and I'm going to tell you, I was going to save this for some truth videos on how to become a successful comic book channel, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. The thing that really I've always been a listener. I mean, you wouldn't think that as much as I run my damn mouth, but I've always had a lot of respect, and I've always listened to folks. I guess it's just something my parents taught me. It's something the Bible's taught me. But, to pay attention to your elders, listen to your elders because they've been on the earth a lot longer than I have. So they're very much wiser than I am. And, they may say they're not, but they damn well are. And Dr. Silver Age, Captain Strangelove, even this guy Luther Manning is freaking awesome. If y'all don't know Luther Manning, you definitely got to go sub up some Luther Manning. Big shout out to Alfred83 Comics. What is up, Alfred? Was chatting with you. We got some gaming in last night on that Call of Duty. We were doing some work against the Axis forces, and we got big love for Brian Spaceboy. But let me show you. So I bought pretty much most of these off Metropolis Comics, and I got some pretty good grades, and they have a nice website where you can make an offer, and normally I save about $20 when I put in my offers. But I got some really good high grades. I mean, a lot of these are Most of these actually, I think, are 9.0 and above. But normally, I've been trying to get these in 7.0, fine slash very fine 7.0, and doing pretty good. I wish I was you know, I don't remember what year these came out. I think early 70s, and I wasn't born yet, so I couldn't collect them. But I got this one here, All-Star Western, number 1. This is All-Star Western Volume 2, and it presents Pow-Wow Smith. And this is actually, I think, a reprint from the original Volume 1 All-Star Western in the 50s. But I really love that cover. And these stories are just classic. I mean, think of watching a Western TV show. If you were a kiddo, Captain Strangelove, Dr. Silver Age, Luther, even me. As a kid, I watched the Rifleman reruns. They came on late at night, but I always watched them because old Chuck Connors, man. Was it Chuck Connors? Played for the Celtics, too. And I think he played baseball. But anyway, really cool show. Old Rifleman, and, of course, Lone Ranger. I watched that. I watched a crap ton of Bonanza, a little too much Bonanza for my liking. Zorro, the original Zorro, caught those on Disney. Every time, I was hanging with the grandparents. Western. So I got my, and then of course, I really started falling in love with westerns when I started doing watching the original Young Guns, those 2 movies, and Tombstone. Those are my movies, but that's number 1 right there. And I know you've seen some of these before, but there's a little story behind them. This one right here, All-Star Western number 2, first appearance of that guy, everyone's favorite guy from the Suicide Squad movie, El Diablo, presents Outlaw. Love that stuff. Outlaw Rick Wilson. This one here, number 3. Now, this is a 9.0. Freaking took me forever to find this book because I'd put it in one of my short boxes randomly, and I've got about 30, like I said, I still got about 30 boxes in the living room, and I'm trying to sort through everything. But that's another Outlaw and Diablo story in there, and that's number 3. So finally freaking found that. I was so happy. I started private messaging my buddies. Yes, I finally found my number 3. Big shout out to Iron Galactus, Miss Hustle. Yeah, John Wayne, old Rooster Cogburn. Jimmy Palmiotti says, why did it take so long for B. Bendis to move over to DC? Amen to that, man. Captain Strangelove, don't you think, I don't read a lot of new Marvel because they screwed my Fantastic Four over, which, by the way, they're in talks, I think, to go ahead and buy the, Disney's wanting to buy a lot of the Fox stuff, but not all the stuff. But so Disney will pretty much get Fantastic Four and X-Men back. Now, Fox, I think they've done a great job with X-Men, but Fantastic Four, well, even though I did like those ones with old Johan Grufford and old Chris Evans and that sexy girl, and Michael Chiklis. I liked that movie until they screwed up made Galactus into a cloud. But hopefully they can fix all that stuff. The Ponderosa Christmas album is magnificent, man. Magnificent with a magnificent 7. A classic stuff, man. Freaking classic. Metropolis is a good place, Rag718 says. Shop there often myself. It's really good. I like the website. It's really cool. Lord Tapman, new World of Warcraft expansion announced. That's cool. Got a lot of World of Warcraft players in the comic book community. This is number 4 right here. And that's another Outlaw and El Diablo. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I bought those from Metropolis. So I'll get those pretty soon. If I don't hear anything from them, I paid via PayPal to Metropolis. If I don't hear anything from Metropolis by Friday, I'll have to email them. Because sometimes when you pay over PayPal, it's like they don't really understand, or it doesn't really register. So you got to say, hey, I paid via PayPal on this date. And, I even had to email them a couple times because I keep forgetting what their PayPal email address is, because you say PayPal and, I don't know if they're supposed to get back to you or not, but a lot of the times you have to kind of say, hey, I paid via PayPal, and they'll check, make sure they did get payment, and then they'll send stuff. So I'll give them till Friday, and then I'll go ahead and say, hey, I want my books. I don't ever have a problem very much with, I'm a pretty patient guy, as far as waiting for stuff. Let's see what else we got going on. Hey, Hans, sorry I was away. How are you? Good. So the gents are chatting. Wild Wild West was a great TV fantasy western. I need to catch some of those. My dad loved that show, man. My dad's born in '44, so he's seen a lot of that good stuff. Lord Tapman says High Plains Drifter. I remember Rawhide that had old Clint Eastwood in there. Now this one is a reprint, but this reprint, these are kind of hard to find. These are the DC Comics Millennium Editions. Of course, this one has El Diablo, Batlash, and first Jonah Hex right there. Jonah Hex. Now, some of you that have seen some of my CGC videos and some of my key issue videos, I do actually have a graded copy of this one. A big, what, near mint, is it near mint plus 9.6? Near mint to mint. Near mint plus, I don't know. 9.6 though of the original number 10, but I didn't want to get it out. And I got this one maybe over the weekend, a nice 8.0, and I can't remember. This one I think was a Metropolis Comics purchase. Oh yeah, it freaking was, man. It was they had it for 90, but I did the little make offer for 70, and I got a beautiful 8.0 All-Star Western number 11, second appearance of Jonah Hex. It's got Pow-Wow Smith, Batlash, El Diablo, so it's got a lot of them in there. So freaking awesome. And of course, after this issue 12, they changed it to Weird Western Tales. Now, for my 2000 and I guess 18, pretty much my 2018 want list or top 10, whatever you want to call it, that's what I want to do. I want to finish my Dark Shadows run, and I want to, I'm not going to say finish, but I want to work on that Weird Western Tales run. All right, next up, so that's kind of some Westerns, and to kind of play on that theme, let me get my All-Star Western stuff kind of back in order as I check the chat. Thumbs up, that is right, man. Listen to Luther, man. He knows what he's talking about. He's been collecting since the 70s, so I'm sure, Luther, you probably got some All-Star Western, Weird Western Tales, Jonah Hex Volume 1, which I don't have any Jonah Hex Volume 1, which would be freaking awesome if I did. So let me put these back here, because these currently all go to my All-Star Western Jonah Hex box that I've got going on. And in that box, I've got Jonah Hex, I guess it would be, not Hex. Hex was when he went to the future, kind of like a Mad Max type thing. I don't have any of those yet. I'm interested, but I don't have any yet. But I have this All-Star Western Jonah Hex box. And I do have Jonah Hex Volume 2, which was Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti. As far as modern stuff goes, one of my favorite modern series, and I say modern, I mean it's been out for 3, 4, 5 years maybe. I can't remember, but the Sixth Gun, man. This is issue number 50 of the Sixth Gun. It's kind of a metallic, kind of a foily looking cover, or that could just be the Mylar, hell if I know. But it's signed by Colin Bunn and Brian Hurt. And these convention kind of exclusives they sign. This ain't no 9.8 or anything, but I was thinking about sending it somewhere to get pressed and graded. And I was actually thinking, y'all gonna be thinking Legend crazy, but I was thinking about even sending these bad boys to PGX. I got this one here, and this is a Sophia tone. It's made of Western colors. Now I wish this one was signed by Colin Bunn, but it's Brian Hurt. I got these for $9.99 off eBay from this seller, and I'm guessing he was just flipping them. I don't know how much he paid for them, but I mean $9.99. I thought this was a great deal. $3.80 on the shipping. So I want to get these pressed. There's a looks to be a little, what do you say? Maybe not a centimeter, but maybe a little smaller, maybe half a centimeter of spine tick that's color breaking, but a little bit of the little white spine break that'll make a Sophia tone look like an old Western picture, with all the little lines running through the camera. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting these graded, maybe slabbed by old PGX. Who knows? I like the new PGX level, and I do have some PGX books. I've just never sent anything to PGX. A wise man once taught me that, if you're interested in a book, and you want that book to read, hell, buy PGX, get that PGX discount, crack open the case and read the book and put it in some Mylar, Now, speaking of graded books, we got Comicaholics. Comicaholics channels here. Oh, Wayne and Jess is in the house. Dr. Silver Age says, very good series, Rob. And again, you know what's so crazy is the All-Star Western, man, they're freaking great. I mean, and the cool thing is, you can get a high grade All-Star Western, maybe like $40, in the nines, like 9.0 type stuff in the $40 range. Now, some of that hex, getting you hex, you're talking about $70, $80. But you know what is so cool? A lot of the new collectors that are just getting into the new stuff, they get mesmerized. This will also be in a future video, Legends True video. They get mesmerized by like the cover. And, the first thing they see is, of course, the cover. A lot of times with Marvel books, one thing that Captain Strangelove said, Palmiotti said it took Bendis a while to get over there to DC, but the problem is with Marvel. I mean, yeah, they've got some great covers. You do got these Adam Hughes, whatever. Don't really know his name that well. I know, shoot me. But anyway, Hughes and some of these other dudes, do these kind of covers for Marvel, and like the interior artwork, like a new reader is like, oh, this is awesome. So they get the book. Interior artwork sucks. The story sucks. You find in Marvel, you find pretty much like social justice warrior issues. I don't want to read that. I want the escape, because if I want social justice warrior issues, I'm going to watch, the 10 o'clock news, to see all the bad crap that's happening in America today. You know what I'm saying? Like people getting shot at churches and, just crap like that. Hurricanes, gender issues, females, males, groping. What is that thing? All these movie people and actors groping women and crap like that. I don't want to read about crap like that or racial tension. If I want to do that, like I say, I'll turn on the news, But in a comic book, I want to escape, man. I want to go back to that place when I started reading comics in the first time, the first place, I don't want to read all this kind of stuff. We got a big shout out to Nerd Vision. What is up, Nerd Vision? Good to see you here tonight live. We do have 21 watching. Alex the Comic Order. J. Scott Campbell covers are nice, but I want to go back and get me some Kirby and Ditko. Amen to that. Me and Alex the Comic Order and many of others. We've talked with Alex, and Alex, is at one of those points in his career where he wants to go back, in time. We don't all have DeLoreans and flux capacitors, and we don't have friends named Doc Brown, but I mean, we could still go back and look for some of these awesome deals of these books while everyone's mesmerized by the new stuff. That opens up a whole new world of things that you never thought, you would think about reading or whatnot. And when you do read the stuff, you're like, damn, what have I been missing? You know what I'm saying? Now I still get some DC, no dissing. I love my DC, but and then I will get Fantastic Four and I will get Marvel 2-in-1 because everyone loves some ever loving blue-eyed thing. It's clobbering time. It's always clobbering time. Contender, my buddy Kevin, he says, I just want a Kirby signed book. Gil Kane Westerns are my favorite. I'll have to keep my eyes open for some Gil Kane. And Who Dat Comics and Movies says he's wanting to get some of that Kirby too. And while we're on the deal, my boy Russ, old Who Dat, he actually was telling me about a year ago. He had to remind me last night because Great Legend does forget quite many things. But Russ actually said that, Disney's always had their eyes on the prize, and their eyes on the prize is to go ahead and get that Fox so they can get that Fantastic Four and that X-Men back. All right, I want to show you this one. Here's a graded book. I know a lot of you out there like graded books, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to be really pissed off if I have this book. I may have a raw copy of this book. I just do not remember, and I don't remember seeing it in my collection, but I have a bunch of Batman adventure books. Volume 1, I have the whole Volume 1. I have Batman and Robin Adventures. I have Batman and Robin The Lost Years. I have Batman Adventures Volume 2. Not all of them. I'm still working on that. But I have all the, the wedding cake, the Joker Harley on the wedding cake. I have the Catwoman bending over. I guess she's feeding the cat or something. That may be I can't remember who did that cover. That may be an Adam Hughes cover. I'm not real sure. And I have this other one where Joker is hugging Harley, giving her all these kisses. I have that one. So the Joker and the Harley ones, and there's another one where Harley or Joker, one of them's running with a bomb. Those freaking ones with Joker and Harley on them, those are the hardest ones, the most expensive ones to get. The other ones I just, have been biding my time. But I swear, I'm going to be kind of mad if I've already got a copy of this. But let me show you this one right here. This is Batgirl Adventures #1. 9/8. Beautiful cover, man. It's got old Harley and Ivy on there, and just freaking so cool. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy appearance. So very cool book there. Paul Dini story, Bruce Timm cover, and Rick Burchett artwork on the inside. So Rick Burchett, he's no slouch. He's going to kind of play like the old school. He's going to go animated adventure. So it's going to look like the animated adventures cartoon inside the comic book. I love these books. And one day when I get them all organized and I get my runs together, I'll show you all of my Batman adventures. I also have the DC adventures, Justice League adventures, Justice League Unlimited adventures, Superman adventures, Livewire's first appearance, Harley's first, all that crap. I got all that. But I love those stories because I'm going to tell you, I loved Michael Keaton Batman. Okay, teenager, I was mainly into Marvel, but what turned me back, like, not really turned me back into like a Batman fan, but to kind of like, for me, my first kind of thing of Batman that I remember, of course, is Batman 66, Adam West, Burt Ward, but kind of a reawakening, if you will, was the Batman animated series. I mean, each one of those 22-minute episodes was like a freaking short film. I mean, it was excellent. Pure freaking excellence. Next up, I'm going to show you this. I got a package here. I'm going to cover up some of my info. But I got a package from our old buddy, my old buddy, Fred Hembeck. Oh, man, damn, I should have said, don't be sending him no mail. I mean, I shouldn't have showed that dude's address there. But we're going to open this up, and I've got some new Fred Hembeck sketch cards, man. So let's open these suckers up. Now, before I get into these new ones, let's see. Oh, that's cool, man. I love it. I love this stuff. Man, I love it. So cool. I'm going to show you my current Fred Hembeck sketch cards. I love these things. I love that Fred Hembeck style. I like those knees, man. I love the knees. Michael Keaton, hands down the best Batman for sure. I really did. I love that old school Batman show. Colton Atkins only had one Silver Age Spider-Man, but I love it. Hugh Jackman may be not done with Wolverine. Remember, he did say that, Russ. He said he would love to be in an Avengers movie. That's it. Chris Lorenzo, man. Chris Lorenzo, good. Big shout out, man. Alex says, Hans, that's why I'm like going back to read the Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man. That Peter Parker is awesome. And do what I do. Like, you can see right behind me right there, I've got like the first 10 volumes of Marvel, I always get Marvel Masterworks. Yeah, Marvel Masterworks, because Marvel Milestone Edition were those reprints in the 90s. But yeah, you can always get those and read them. Nerd Vision sent Fred some books. You did? You sent old Fred some books? Is he going to do some sketch covers for you? Because he does some awesome sketch cover. I got a sketch and a painted one that he did that I got off eBay. So check that out. Dick Tracy. Love me some Dick Tracy. The Brow. Love that. Itchy. Gotta love some Itchy. Classic freaking Chester Gould style flat top. Now I love this one because he sent this to me with a nice note on the back. Here he wrote a note to me. Junior Tracy card, not a good version. I didn't even relist it this time around, so I figured if anyone might want it, you'd be the one. Enjoy if possible. So hell yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. Thank you so much. Yeah. My favorite One-Eyed Sailor. Love me some Popeye. This was my favorite Disney animated movie. I had the original VHS when they were putting these suckers out on VHS with those kind of thick, foamy, it's like a thick black case, but it's Pinocchio. And, I got to show some love there. Look at that reach around. Is that a reach around or is that a reach around, man? Mr. Fantastic, there's Visible Woman right there. Human Torch. It's clobbering time. So cool. Fred Hembeck. Remember those old Dick Tracy cartoons? I wish I had my, I don't know where it is. I got the old Dick Tracy cartoons where it was that little Asian guy, the Hispanic guy, and the British dog or British guy. Yeah, I've got the whole set of those. Those are great, Dr. Silver Age. Namor. Doctor Doom. A lot of these are just Fantastic Four type characters I really like. I love Impossible Man. What an epic character. Super Skrull right there. And the Wizard. What I do need to get is I need to get me a Medusa and a Paste Pot Pete or a Trapster one so I can have my Frightful Four. And you know what? I don't know if I've got Sandman. I could have sworn I thought I had a Sandman in here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I need to get me a Sandman one. Here's one of my favorite DC B or C characters. Animal Man. Love Animal Man. There's about 4 issues. There's 2 Wonder Woman issues, and I think a couple of Superman books that have Animal Man in there I need to get. Right there. Remember that? Now, back in the day, Generation 1 comic book community, everyone was reading, like, you know how something hot comes out like an Art Germ cover or something. Well, back in the day, like, we used to actually read the books, right? So we love stories. And if you're a big fan of Planet of the Apes or post-apocalyptic stuff, especially Planet of the Apes, but Jack Kirby's Commandy, The Last Boy on Earth, freaking love it, man. Love, love, love this thing. And, you know, back in the day, and Captain Strangelove, you may remember this, and I need 2 more issues to complete the Golden Age run. But everyone, Dan Didio himself, everyone wanted to catch a ride on the Phantom Stranger train. I love the Phantom Stranger, man. Kind of like All-Star Western, I really fell in love with the Phantom Stranger during the New 52. And then the Marvel family. Old Freddie Freeman, Captain Marvel Jr., of course, Captain Marvel. Some may know him as Shazam. Freddie Freeman. Mary Marvel there. The bunny, Hoppy. Shazam Bunny. Dr. Savannah. And Black freaking Adam, man. Love those. And the 2 new additions to my Fred Hembeck sketch cards. Check it out. Steve Ditko style. Look at that one. Ain't that cool? The Question. That Charlton action right there, man. Freaking Charlton. I love how he rolls with it on the back. This is a genuine Fred Hembeck sketch card. The Question, 1 of 1. And you got the little Fred Hembeck on there. And next up, Police Comics #1's very own Plastic Man. Very cool. Flash. Latest episode of Flash, there was a line that Barry said called him Plastic Man, but of course we know that character, Digby or whatnot, is the elongated man. That's going to be kind of a cool dynamic, having an elongated man on the Flash TV show. Pretty freaking cool. Now, I've got one more thing to show you. It's another Fred Hembeck. I need to get a frame for it. And, man, I had a bid in on this other one. Damn it, it was the Marvel family, you know, the Shazam Marvel family. But, damn it, some dude outbid me by like $6. Oh, well, no big deal. But let's see if I can open this. I want to be very careful as I open this. So let's see what we got here. Let me take a little rippage here. Another Fred Hembeck right here. 9x12. Original artwork by Fred Hembeck. Also, if you don't know about Fred Hembeck, you can get a great deal. There's this book called The House of Hem. H-E-M, and it's this Fred Hembeck book. It's Marvel put it out, but it's a lot of the Fred Hembeck stories and stuff that he did for Marvel, like the Fantastic Four roast and like some other things. or the one where he slays the Marvel Universe or whatever. Definitely get that. Big shout out to Jason Smith, the Phantom Stranger and the Shadow. Very similar characters. Of course, Shadow being Pulp, old school Pulp guy. All right, let me take a little knife here. Got the old Winchester. Colton Atkins says, "What's up, Jason?" Nice collection, man. I love these little Hembecks, man. I mean, follow him on eBay and bid on some of these little sketch cards. Now, he does do commissions as well. He quoted me on doing a Fred Hembeck cover, an homage cover to, I'm not going to tell you the issue number, but it's one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers, and he's going to do that for me. I just have to send him the money. I just haven't done it yet, but I've emailed him and talked to him on Facebook. We're Facebook buddies. He's just a great guy, you know. He's really down to earth, and he's pretty awesome. Wow, okay. That is one big, thick piece of cardboard. Okay, so it's probably in between these cardboard pieces. And I do want to get this framed as well. There it is. I see it. Come on, tape. There it is right there. Nice, man. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this thing. This is just beautiful, man. It's Marvel, and it's all Marvel. Isn't that cool? So pretty much you've got the Marvel age of comics. You know how we say the Silver Age? Well, this is the Marvel Age. Now, not counting the Captain, because Captain was Golden Age, but, well, you know, a lot of these folks were the early Marvel Age. You know, Ant-Man, Wasp, Doctor Strange. You can see Mr. Fantastic. I don't know where Mr. Fantastic's body is. I think it's behind Thor. Thor's cape has taken up so much room. But, yeah, man, isn't that beautiful? This is a 9x12. I definitely want to get this framed. Very freaking awesome, though. Love this thing, man. It's got a little something on the back there. What is that? There we go. But Fred Hembeck, man, at its finest. Now, the other one was the same size as this. It was like the Shazam family, and it actually had the Wizard Shazam and Mr. Mind on there as well. So, again, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, it's all about that Fred Hembeck. Put that back in there, keep it all nice and tidy. Then I'll get me a frame for it. Very nice. Very, very nice. So freaking love this. And that's about all I had to show on this episode of the Great Legend Show. It wasn't a very long one. I appreciate everyone stopping by and hanging out, man. Captain Strangelove, it was freaking awesome to see you. And, you know, one of these days when you get some time, Captain Strangelove, when you get some time, we got to get the band back together, man. We got to get me, you, and Hippie. Hippie's Collectibles, Gimpy 204, Dr. Silver Age, G-Pap, Gene Paul, Ace Peter, Costin Bromstar, and maybe just even old Reader 1717. We got to get some of the old schools together. What is up? Popcom is announced. But we need to do that. We need to do a live show. Or it doesn't even have to be live. I mean, just getting on and hanging out, doing some Google Hangouts. I got this guy named Brian Spaceboy 227. And, man, he wants to chat with, Luther Manning, man. He wants to chat with some of the original collectors of the comic book community. So he, Brian Spaceboy 227, he wants to know a lot of the knowledge that you guys have. Because I think that's something the comic book community is missing. I know Dr. Silver Age, Captain Strangelove, he was Collectibles, Luther Manning, ETA Nick, Costin Bromstar, Howler Mouse. Even though Howler's only a little bit older than I am, but I think sometimes the new school comic book community, they don't, it's like they would do better off listening to some of the ones that have been collecting a really long time. So they may not, so they don't fall into traps or get ripped off or get screwed over, like other folks have. But anyway, that's just my little point of view. Fish Tropic, it's great to see you, Fish Tropic. Yeah, you got to have Gimpy and Scott for sure, and you got to have Gimpy with some of that tequila, or is it the clear stuff, vodka? He likes that vodka. Yeah, and Gimpy, and I'm so glad, Captain Straylife, you're on Facebook now, because a lot of times Gimpy's on Facebook, and that's how we can get Gimpy, because Gimpy's always on Facebook doing something. But anyways, man, it was so good seeing all y'all again. God bless all y'all. Popcom, great to see you here. Fish Tropic, watch this stuff on the rewind, because there's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of great stuff here to be seen. And now I want to give a big shout out to Rebel Comics, also known as Rebel Gaming. We're going to be going over there to shoot some zombies. So to find Rebel Comics channel, you want to go to youtube.com/rdowdy95. Or you can just go to google.com and type in Great Legend in just 2 words, Great and Legend, and it comes right up. What was that? Hey, the super sexy Mario Nose. Man, I don't know who you are, super sexy Mario Nose, but thanks for subscribing, man. Pretty freaking cool there. It's not every day I get Mario's sexy nose. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Who gets that, right? Let me make sure I give you all the right link. So it's youtube.com/rdowdy95, and under My Friends, you can find a link for Rebel Comics, and it's under My Friends. You got the famous guys like Captain Strangelove, Hippies Collectibles, Howler Mouse, Reaper Tate 728, Brian Spaceboy 227, Rebel Comics, William Thorg, 25 Cent Arcade. You got all these great channels here. I need to add some more on there as well, but definitely check those channels out. Check out Rebel Comics, because we are going to be shooting some zombies. Actually, they're already shooting zombies. I'm actually late to the shooting, but we're going to be diving into some World War II action, and it's going to be great. So, again, I want to thank all y'all. Have a great week this week. Thank you so much, super sexy Mario Nose. He's getting a kick out of that. Contender, I love you. You got your shout out. Check out Contender on Instagram. He shows you some epic books. A lot of these folks have Instagram accounts as well. So check everyone out. Subscribe to everyone. You'll be glad you did. You don't want to be, feeling of being, I don't know. There's another term called the feeling of being left out. FOBO, feeling of being left out. FOBO, whatever. Anyway, don't worry about getting left out. Watch the shows, watch the YouTube videos when you can. Comment and subscribe when you can. Thumbs up, thumbs down when you can. Don't. By all means, don't watch Great Legend when you really need to spend time with your family, because family's the most important thing. Just remember that, and you'll be glad you did. And I'm going to teach you a lot about this stuff, how to be a successful YouTube channel or in the comic book community. And I'll kind of give you some things that I've learned through the past, since 2009. But I started doing the comics in about 2011. But anyway, we're going to give you some tips, so you can improve your viewership or your subscriber count or whatever you want to do, whatever your aspirations are when you do these videos, whether you just be showing them for fun or, where you're just trying to interact with others or just trying to build a name for yourself. I'm going to let you know probably this Friday on the Great Legend Show if you watch Legends Truth. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Silva Age. Thank you, everyone. Enjoyed shooting the undeads. Yeah, we're going to be shooting them. And, great quick show. Who Dat Comics and Movies He Knows Legend can go really long on these shows. Here's Trilogy. Man, the show's over. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.